I'm not just a chip. I'm a promise, a threat, a secret handshake in the dark. I'm a 100,000 Tears Casino chip. But don't let the number fool you. My true value is measured in sweat, in blood, in the way hands tremble or clench when they touch me. I've been spun across velvet tables, slipped into silk-lined pockets, and pressed into palms slick with fear. I've seen more of Vegas than most people ever will, and I've survived things that would make a slot machine short-circuit. Tonight, I'm cold and heavy in the center of a green felt battlefield, the air thick with cigar smoke and the scent of desperation. The room is hidden, deep beneath the strip, where the real games happen. No neon, no tourists, just the kind of people who don't blink when the stakes are life or death. I can feel the tension in the way they look at me, like I'm a loaded gun or a ticking bomb. Maybe I am. My first memory is a blur of lights and laughter, back when I was just another chip in a high rollers stack. But I was special from the start. Marked, notched, a tiny imperfection on my edge that made me easy to spot for those who knew what to look for. I was meant for more than blackjack and roulette. I was meant for deals in back rooms, for whispered threats and silent bargains. I remember the first time I was used as a bribe. A man with a gold watch and a smile like a shark's slid me across a table to a city councilman. The councilman's hand shook as he pocketed me, and I felt the weight of his decision settle into my plastic bones. That night, a building went up where it shouldn't have, and a family lost their home. I learned then that I could change lives, for better or worse. Since then, I've passed through hands that could snap necks or sign laws. Mobsters, politicians, washed-up celebrities, desperate gamblers. Each one left a mark on me, invisible but real. A residue of hope, greed, or regret. I've been hidden in a child's toy, sewn into the lining of a senator's jacket, even swallowed once by a man who thought he could outsmart the house. Spoiler, he couldn't. But tonight is different. Tonight, I'm the centerpiece of the biggest underground poker game in Vegas history. The buy-in is a secret. The guest list even more so. Around the table sit 5 players, each with a story that could fill a tabloid or a police report. There's Jack, the ex-FBI agent with a scar above his eyebrow and a habit of staring too long. Maria, the politician's wife who knows how to smile with her eyes and lie with her lips. Big Tony, who runs half the city's rackets and wears a pinky ring heavy enough to break noses. And then there's the stranger, a woman in a red dress who never gives her name, only her bets. The dealer is a ghost, silent, precise, hands moving like clockwork. He never looks at me, but I can feel his respect. He knows what I am. He knows what I've seen. The first hand is dealt, and I'm pushed into the pot. The room holds its breath. Jack raises, Maria calls, Tony folds, the stranger just smiles. Cards flip, chips clatter, and I'm swept back and forth. A prize and a curse. I can feel the sweat on Jack's palm, the tremor in Maria's fingers, the cold calculation in the stranger's touch. Each of them wants me, but for different reasons. Jack wants redemption. He thinks if he wins, he can buy back something he lost. His badge, his family, maybe even his soul. Maria wants power. She's tired of being someone's wife, someone's secret. She wants to be the one who calls the shots. Tony wants control. He's lost too much lately, and he thinks I'm his ticket back to the top. The stranger, I can't read her. She holds me like she's holding a memory, or a promise she intends to keep. The game twists and turns, alliances forming and breaking in the space between blinks. At one point, Tony tries to cheat, slips a card up his sleeve, thinks no one will notice. But the dealer's eyes are everywhere, and Tony's out before he can protest. He slams his fist on the table, and I feel the vibration all the way through my core. Suddenly, the lights flicker. A new player enters. A man in a gray suit, face hidden in shadow. The others tense, but the dealer nods, and the game continues. The stakes rise. Now it's not just money on the line, but secrets, favors, lives. I'm the center of it all, the axis on which their fates spin. I start to wonder, what will happen to me when this is over? Will I be pocketed by the winner, used to buy a new life or destroy an old one? Or will I disappear, lost in the chaos I helped create? I've always been an object, a tool, but tonight I feel something close to fear. Not for myself, but for what I represent. For what I can unleash. The final hand is dealt. Jack and the stranger are the last ones standing. The room is silent, the air electric. Jack's hands shake, but his eyes are steady. The stranger's smile is gone, replaced by something harder, sharper. They go all in, everything they have, everything they are, riding on the turn of a card. The dealer flips the river. Hearts. Jack slumps, defeated. The stranger collects me, her grip gentle but unyielding. She stands, and for a moment the room seems to tilt, as if the world is holding its breath. She leans down, whispers something I can't quite catch, and slips me into her purse. As she walks away, I sense the others watching, wondering what she'll do next. I don't know either, but I can feel the weight of destiny pressing down on me, heavier than any hand that's ever held me. Outside, the city pulses with light and noise, oblivious to what's just happened beneath its feet. I'm just a chip, but tonight I'm the key to a future no one can predict. And as the stranger disappears into the night, I realize that sometimes the smallest things can change the world forever. I ride in darkness, muffled by velvet and perfume, jostled against lipstick and a silver lighter. The stranger's footsteps are quick, purposeful. I can't see, but I can feel the city's heartbeat through her stride. Each step, a drumbeat, each pause, a question. She's not nervous. She's electric, like a storm about to break. We stop. I hear the click of a lock, the hush of a door swinging shut. She sets her purse down, and for a moment I'm alone with her in a silence so deep it feels sacred. Then, voices, low, urgent, a language I don't know. She answers, her tone calm, almost gentle. I sense others in the room, their anticipation sharp as broken glass. She takes me out, holds me up to the light. I catch a glimpse of her eyes, clear, determined, reflecting 1,000 tiny Vegas lights. She places me on a table, and suddenly, I'm surrounded by faces. Young, old, hopeful, desperate. Not the powerful, not the rich. These are the forgotten, the ones who live in the city's shadows. They look at me like I'm a miracle, or a weapon. The stranger speaks. I can't understand her words, but I feel their weight. She slides me across the table to a boy with tired eyes and a scar on his cheek. He hesitates, then picks me up, his hands trembling. Around him, the others murmur, a ripple of disbelief and hope. I realize then, I'm not here to buy power or revenge. I'm here to buy freedom. The stranger has won me, but she's giving me away, to fund an escape, to pay for a new beginning, to break a chain that's held these people down for too long. I'm not a prize anymore. I'm a lifeline. The boy clutches me to his chest, and I feel something I've never felt before. Pride, maybe, or relief. For once, I'm not a tool of greed or violence. I'm a chance. As dawn creeps through the window, the room empties. The stranger lingers, her hand resting on the boy's shoulder. She looks at me one last time, and I sense a silent goodbye. Then she's gone, swallowed by the city. I don't know what will happen next. Maybe I'll be cashed in, melted down, lost in the shuffle of a new life. Maybe I'll be passed on, my story whispered from hand to hand. But I know this. I was made for more than games and deals. I was made to matter. And as the sun rises over Vegas, painting the city gold, I lie in the boy's hand, no longer just a chip, but a symbol. proof that even the smallest thing, in the right moment, can tip the scales. That sometimes the world changes not with a bang, but with a whisper, a gamble, a single act of courage. And that's enough for me.